Hi everyone, this is Andrew Sparks again here with a new episode of the Real Think Vlog. So just as a quick recap, the Real Think Vlog is where I share insights and information and some words of wisdom from philosophers from all ages, all times, and from all over the globe to help them reach out to you and to speak to you and to show how their teachings, even though they might have been from thousands of years ago, can still apply to help you live a better life. It's something I'm really passionate about, and I'm really excited to share it with you. And a couple of episodes so far have been about Seneca, so I am continuing that trend. I'm still looking into Seneca on the Shortness of Life. This book right here. Again, it's based on 3 letters from Seneca to his friends, and also 1 letter to his mother. And today's episode is going to touch upon a theme that I was reading about by Seneca, where he's talking about the importance of thought having a purpose. So, in other words, Seneca's hypothesis is that thought is best, or I guess more whole, when there's a purpose to it, instead of some sort of, just thinking about things for the sake of thinking about them, or kind of getting wrapped up in your own thoughts with no clear end in sight. He says those are things you should try to avoid, and that instead thought should be oriented towards some sort of greater goal that can help you out as an individual. So, I'm just going to take a look here. So, Seneca mentions people that know quite a bit of information. They study a lot. They study, I guess, what would be considered the liberal arts. They study philosophy. And they study literature, things that traditionally have been meant to improve people's wisdom and to improve them as human beings, and to teach them, to help them teach others what it is to be fully human, what it is that sets us apart as human beings. However, some of the students in Seneca's day, and probably many people nowadays, kind of get wrapped up in the minutiae, in the little things, and they lose the focus on what their studies are supposed to be about. So he mentions people that study a lot, and they know all these little facts about ancient Rome, and we're talking centuries even before Seneca was around. And he's like, what's the purpose of it? Why do they know this? Why do they want to know it? Why do they feel so impressive by sharing it? Really, thought should be for something a little bit greater than that. It should help people strive for something better for themselves and for others. And I'm just going to share a quick quote from Seneca that kind of encapsulates that. Again, this is about people who know lots of trivial details about things when they're studying, instead of trying to go that step further and improve themselves. And he says, "For even if you admit that they say all this in good faith, even if they guarantee the truth of their statements, whose mistakes will thereby be lessened, whose passions restrained, who will be made more free, more just, more magnanimous." In other words, these people, these students, these teachers that know all sorts of little things that are not that valuable, they are not really helping people. They're not really helping themselves. They need to take it a step further and really reconsider what thought means, and how powerful thought can be when it's applied towards a specific purpose. And to give you a quick example from my own life, one one place where I've encountered this quite a bit, where I personally have not used thought in a productive way, is sometimes when I'm trying to get to sleep and for whatever reason I cannot get to sleep. So my mind is kind of running on its own. It's going like a million different directions. Or maybe I'm stuck in a rut and I'm just kind of thinking the same thing over and over and over. And, I'm just trying to get to sleep. And ultimately I need to ask myself, like, A, is this important? And B, if it is important, that's fine. But do I have all the information I need to form a good conclusion at this moment? If not, set it aside. Write it down. Think about it tomorrow. Revisit it. Set a reminder on your phone. And just don't think for the sake of thinking. Thought should move you forward as a person. It should help you achieve your goals. And getting wrapped up in sort of anxious thoughts, or thinking about the same thing over and over, or concerning yourself with gossip, for example. I know a lot of people that spend a lot of time and a lot of energy connecting all these dots from their groups of friends or acquaintances that really doesn't matter. Like, doesn't matter. If not, then don't worry about it and stop spending your time thinking about it and move on to bigger and better things. And I guess one way to take this a step further, and this is what Seneca says, is orient your thought towards a purpose, and ideally orient it to make yourself better and to learn from people, whether it's mentors in your life, whether it's people like Seneca, who have passed on ages ago but have left lots of wisdom in their literature. Wherever you get ideas from YouTube channels, from blogs, from the newspaper, or whatever, just orient your thoughts about those things and orient the thoughts that you receive from others towards a greater purpose. And think about it within a bigger picture and say, is this important? Why is this important? And how can it help me out? And is it helping me out? So I'm just going to leave you with one other quote from Seneca, where he talks about, once you set aside trivia, once you set aside little things, once you set aside anxiety and thoughts that don't have much of a purpose, that will kind of open up your mind. I kind of think of it as mental space. It kind of opens that up so that you can receive more wisdom and remember more wisdom from other people. And so, as Seneca says, of all people, only those are at leisure who make time for philosophy. Only those are really alive. For they not only keep a good watch over their own lifetimes, but they add every age to theirs. All the years that have passed before them are added to their own. So, just to kind of summarize that and to make it a little bit more digestible, there's a saying that you can learn from your mistakes, but it's a lot less painful if you learn from other people's mistakes. So think about all of the people in your life and all of the sources of information, such as Seneca, such as books, whatever. Think about reading through those and listening to those as a way to add years of wisdom to your own life. So you may have a young body, but you may have years and years and years of wisdom passed along from people in your family who are older than you, older friends, books, whatever. And just think with the purpose and really come to appreciate others who have thought for a purpose and add their wisdom to your own. So thank you again for joining me for this episode of Real Think Vlog, and I'm very excited to see you guys in the next episode. Take care.